Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to your first flipped Chapter 5 lesson of the year. As we talked about in class, a flipped lesson would be a lesson that we are going to learn on our iPad. And you'll do the homework and everything else after you take the notes on the iPad. So this is a semi-flipped lesson, not a totally flipped. You don't need to worry about the terminology. You just need to worry about taking these notes. So y'all should have notes out and ready to go. The title is 5.1, adding and subtracting decimals. The I can statement is I can add, subtract, and estimate decimal numbers. First thing you're going to do then is if we are taking these notes and I'm going too fast, you just simply pause me. And when you are all caught up with your notes, then you will go ahead and hit play. You are responsible for getting all of these notes down in your notebook, whether you're a digital note taker or not. We have 5 vocab words today. Sum should be a review. Difference should be a review. Sum is an answer to an addition problem. A difference is an answer to a subtraction problem. Estimate is kind of our own definition, or my own definition here for you. I call an estimate a logical guess based on mathematical background. Okay, so an estimate would be a logical guess based on mathematical background. We'll talk a little bit more about that when we get down to main idea number 2. And then 4 and 5, borrow would be taking from one place value higher, and carrying would be adding 1 unit to the next highest place value. And again, we'll show you all about borrowing or carrying, which you've been doing for the past few years down below. At this point, we are done with main idea number 1, which is the vocab. Your job is to pause the video right now, and in your notes, you are going to add to your notes by coming up with your very own cheat sheet idea. I do not have a cheat sheet idea, but I would expect you to have one in your notes, and then we'll report back cheat sheet ideas when we go through these notes in class, or talk about them in class. Number 2, estimating. So estimating is used to check to see that you have a logical answer. Usually we estimate in one of 2 spots. One would be before we calculate to see where we should probably or most likely be. And 2 would maybe be after we're done calculating to see if our answer is close based on an estimate. So if you look at number 7, 3 and 92 hundredths plus 24 and 12 hundredths, if I wanted to solve this actually, I might first do an estimate. And when I do an estimate, I would take my number 3 and 92 hundredths and I would just look at how I can round that. 3 and 92 hundredths is really close to the number 4. So I'm going to say this is 4, 24 and 12 hundredths. Since 12 hundredths is closer to 0 than it is to moving from 24 to a 25, I am going to call that 24. So 4 plus 24 is 28. My final answer should be somewhere around the answer of 28. You would use that again before doing it, or you could possibly use it after you're done. Once you went through and calculated what 3 and 92 hundredths plus 24 and 12 hundredths was, you could go back and double check to see if your estimate is close to that. I think the actual answer is 28 and 4 hundredths. So since our estimate was 28, we know we're close. Letter B, same situation. 16 and 12 hundredths, I would round to about 16. And 7 and 9 tenths is really close to 8. 16 minus 8 is 8. My actual answer should be somewhere near 8 when I do the actual math. Again, you're going to pause. You're going to do cheat sheet number 2 based on what we talked about in estimating, and then we'll report back together in class. So please come up with your cheat sheet for number 2. Sliding on down to number 3 then, we are going to add 3 and 7 hundredths and 2 and 774 thousandths. So one thing you need to pay attention to when adding is you must line up the decimal points. It's extremely important that when adding or subtracting decimals, you line up the decimal points. So in this situation, I am going to rewrite my problem as, ignore number 9, please, 3 and 7 tenths. And I'm going to add to that, oops, it's a little too far over. Let me just get rid of that. So I got 3 and 7 hundredths. And I'm going to add to that 2 and 774 thousandths. Again, super important that the decimal points are lined up when adding and subtracting fractions. Probably the most important thing you need to remember, because after that, all we're doing is simple addition. Also, you might want to think about adding the zeros here so that you have the place value holders in place. 3 and 7 tenths is the exact same thing as 3 and 7 thousandths. I'm sorry, 3 and 700 thousandths. So I'm going to put those zeros in. And then I'm going to do my math. 0 plus 4 is 4, 0 plus 7 is 7, 7 plus 7 is 14, put on the 4, carry the 1, so we talked about carrying in our vocab is bringing over to the next place value, or bringing 1 unit over to the next place value. 1 plus 3 plus 2 is 6. And then again, you must drop that decimal point and have that decimal point lined up with the two numbers you're calculating and then with your final answer. Okay, so key steps. 1, line up the decimal points. 2, if you have some blank spaces, you can fill with place value holders, because 3 and 7/10 is the exact same thing as 3 and 700 thousandths. They mean the same thing. Number 9, a little bit of a different look on this problem. We have 20 and 35 hundredths. So again, we're going to rewrite in a vertical form because it's much easier to add going up and down. And then 13 and 748 thousandths. We're adding those together. As you can see, our decimal points are lined up. I have nothing right in this spot, so I can go ahead and add my 0. And we go ahead and add. 0 plus 8 is 8. 5 plus 4 is 9. 3 plus 7 is 10. So I'm going to put down my 0 and carry my 1 over to the next place value unit. I'm going to go ahead and drop my decimal so I don't forget. 1 plus 3 is 4. 2 plus 1 is 3. My final answer is 34 and 98 thousandths. Just to be sure that I'm on the right track, I should have done this with number 8. I didn't. But just to be sure I'm on the right track, I can just do a quick estimate. 20 and 35 hundredths is approximately 20. 13 and 748 thousandths is approximately 14. 20 plus 14 is 34. My answer is really close to the answer of 34, so I must be on the right track. Subtraction is really no different than addition. The same thing, you must line up the decimal points. So I'm going to take my 15 and 131 thousandths, and now I'm going to subtract my 11 and 57 hundredths. Again, I have a blank here, so I can just insert a 0, because 11 and 57 hundredths is the exact same thing as 11 and 570 thousandths. And then I'm going to go ahead and do my math. Before I do it, I'm just looking to see what possibly the answer could be. 15 and 131 thousandths is about 15. 11 and 570 thousandths is about 12. So 15 minus 12 is 3. I should be pretty close to the answer of 3. 1 minus 0 is 1. I cannot take 7 from 3, so I'm going to borrow from the next place value over. That becomes a 0. My 3 becomes 13, because I brought it over a unit of 10. 13 minus 7 is 6. I cannot take 5 from 0, so I'm going to borrow again from one place value over and make that a 4. My 0 becomes a 1, or my 0 becomes a 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. Drop down my decimal point. 4 minus 1 is 3. 1 minus 1 is nothing, so I can either put a 0 there or not. My final answer is 3 and 561 thousandths. My estimate was around 3, so pretty darn close. I'm going to say that I must be on the right track. And then the last one, number 11. We'll go a little bit faster. 25 and 82 hundredths. Subtract 22 and 936 thousandths. Be sure you're lining up the decimal points. Place value holder. 6 can't be subtracted from 0, so I borrow from the next place value holder. 2 becomes a 1. 0 becomes a 10. 4. You can't take 3 from 1. Borrow 7. 11 minus 3 is 8. You can't take 9 from 7, so I'm going to borrow. See how I keep on borrowing one place value over? This becomes a 17 because I borrowed a unit of 10. 17 minus 9 is 8. Drop the decimal. 4 minus 2 is 2. 2 minus 2 is nothing. My answer is 2 and 884 thousandths. Just do a quick check. 25 and 82 hundredths is about 26. 22 and 936 thousandths is about 23. 26 minus 23 is 3. 3 is really darn close to 2 and 884 thousandths. I must be on the right track. So, really important, line up the decimal points, make sure you understand what borrowing and carrying is, and then check your answers with estimating either before you do the problem or after you finish the problem. Those would be my keys to adding and subtracting decimals. Your job is to come up with, number 3, a cheat sheet idea for number 3 so that we can talk about it in class. As far as showing the estimates, like we did here in your notes, hopefully you had some sort of organized system. Mine was not a real organized system, but have something in your notes about showing that that estimating. That is it. Make sure these are all done and ready to go by the due date I have given you. A wonderful day.